Hello students, welcome back to my channel Common Sense Education. So in the last class we discussed about patterns of biodiversity and we left with species area relationship. So today we'll talk about the species area relationship. అంతకన్నా ముందు ఎవరైతే ఛానల్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోలేదో ఈ వీడియోస్ మీకు యూస్ఫుల్గా ఉంటే సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి అండ్ మీ ఫ్రెండ్స్కి కూడా షేర్ చేయండి. సో ఫస్ట్ విల్ టాక్ అబౌట్ ద స్పీషీస్ రిచ్నెస్ బిఫోర్ గోయింగ్ టు స్టార్ట్ ద స్పీషీస్ ఏరియా రిలేషన్షిప్. Species richness is nothing but the number of species in a per unit area. So species richness is nothing but the number of species per unit area is called as species richness. So how the number of species increases in a given area? So the number of species is also increases if we increase the area. Okay, if we increase the area, simultaneously the number of species is also increases. The species area relationship was given by naturalist Alexander von Humboldt. So the species area species richness concept was given by the naturalist Alexander von Humboldt. So now we will see what is the relationship between the area and species. So for the research we have taken one small area or to conclude the species richness in the particular area. So we have selected one area here. Suppose this is area A and in this area there are few species. So in the small area there are a few species which are present in a area A, and again we increased our research area. This is area B. Here only few species are available in this area A, and if we increase the research area beyond the A, here we can see the increase in the number of the species, and again we increased our research area. Here the number of the species are increased drastically. In the given area A, only few species are available, and if we increase the research area beyond the A, the number of species increases, and again we increased our area up to C. Here the number of species are increased drastically. So in the A, a few number of species are present, and again we increased our area, the number of species increased, and we have increased our research area up to C. Now here we can observe the drastical increase in the number of species. So it concludes that this area directly proportional to the species richness. Area is directly proportional to species richness. That means area, if area increases, obviously the species also increases. So up to C, drastical increase of the species richness we observed, and again we increased or we extended our research area up to D level. So what is the situation here? For example, there are 10 species in the given area A, and we extended our research area, the number is doubled up to 20 species we can observe, and here I extended up to C research area, so the number of species will be 40, double, there is a drastical increase. So and again we extended our research area up to D, so we thought that the number is doubled, but here the situation is different, but there is no drastical increase. We can observe only 45 species in the D. Here if we compare the situation up to C, there is a drastical increase, but while we increase our research area beyond the C, that means up to D, the number of species are only 45. So it states that there is a increase in the species richness if we increase the area, but up to certain limit only, So this species area relationship concludes that if we increase the area, the species richness is also increases, but up to certain limit. So if you understand this diagram, easily you can remember what is species area relationship. The number of species increases, but up to certain limit only. So this is this is about the species area relationship. Now we will convert it into a graphical representation. Okay, now we will convert it into graphical representation. So here there is a one graph. Okay, so here our research area is very small area and the species number is also small. Okay, our species number is also small, and again I have increased my species area. For example, this is area A, B. I have increased my research area up to B. So the number of species will be this much. There is an increase in the small area, only small species, and again I have increased, but there is a drastical increase in the number of species. And here our research area up to C, and here but we can observe the drastical increase. The number of species is increased drastically, and we moved or extended our research area, but if you see, there is no much differentiation. See, here you can see the number of species richness is increased, but when we moved our area from C to D, now species, there is no much variation. There is a much variation from C to D. So it concludes the species number increases, but up to certain limit only. So this graph is like this. See, and here same. There is no much increase in the number, certain limit. So the graph will be like this. It's like S shape, not complete S, but it is not straight line. So this graph is called as rectangular hyperbola. This graph is called as rectangular hyperbola. So this rectangular hyperbola is a not straight line. It is a non-linear curve. So it is very difficult to conclude the results from here to here because it shows the same number. If we want to conclude the number of species here, and if you want to conclude the number of species here, it shows the same result. So it is very difficult to conclude the number of species from this area to this area. So now we want to convert this graph into a straight line. If we have to convert this non-linear curve into a linear curve. Okay, now we will convert this non-linear curve into a linear curve. So this is species area relationship curve. So previously our curve is a non-linear curve. This curve is called rectangular hyperbola. So this is very important objective question. So what is the name of non-linear curve of the species area relationship? It is called as rectangular hyperbola. So I told you that it is very difficult to conclude the results at this area. So now we have to convert this non-linear curve into a linear curve by applying the log. So here the equation of the non-linear curve is S is equal to Ca power Z. The equation is S equal to Ca power Z. So when we apply log to the given equation, let's see how the equation will be. Log S equal to Caz and log S equal to log C, and the Z comes forward, Z log A. So this is the equation, S equal to log C plus Z log A. So this log scale gives the straight line. Okay, gives the straight line. Now it is very easy to conclude the result at any point of the given area. So the main simple thing is, so that is based on the area. If we increase the area, obviously species richness is also increases. So now we will see what are these terms S, C, Z, log A. Okay, S equal to species richness. So that we plotted here. This area is the species richness. Next, coming to the C. See, this C is nothing but y-intercept. Y-intercept. And next, Z. Z equal to regression coefficient. Regression coefficient. Regression coefficient. So this regression coefficient is always constant. So it gives the constant value at any given area at any time. Okay. Next, A equal to area. So S is equal to species richness, C is equal to y-intercept on the Y, and Z equal to regression coefficient. This regression coefficient is constant. And next, coming to the A is equal to area. So this is about the equation. So I told you that this Z regression coefficient is always constant. So how it will be constant? So the meaning of the regression coefficient is related to our graph. So the regression is nothing but decreasing. So here our area, if we increase the area, the number of species are decreasing. So that means regression. We observed up to certain limit. So in our textbook they gave some values, Z values. Here the Z value, if we observe some particular tropical area, the Z value is nearly about 1.1 to 1.2, 1.1 to 0.2, the Z value. This is only particular area. If we want to know the Z value in the larger ecosystem, the Z value is from 0.6 to 1.6. So in the small area it is 0.1 to 0.2, and the Z value in the larger ecosystem it is 0.6 to 1.2. And the frugivorous birds, fruit eating birds, the Z value is 1.15. The Z value is only 1.15. So this is about the species area relationship. It is a simple thing. If we increase the area, the species richness is also increased, but up to certain limit only. And you have to remember these log equations for the objective exam, and you have to remember these values are also for objective exam. So this is about the today's video, species area relationship.